And welcome back to Sonic Mania. We're still in Lava Reef, and I love that transition. He just spin dashes into the wall.
Hey, wait a minute.
Magic.
It's patched. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And now, so Lava Reef Act 2, which is, I would say this is probably one of the more visually different, because there's a lot more lava in this than there was in the original. And this music track where T-Lobes brings in the guitar, so fucking
Yeah,
good.
but there's not as much Reef.
All right, you got the neat little quartz quadrant. That's right. The little conveyor belts.
Yeah.
Flipping about. You didn't mention the hilltop zone badniks whose names escape me because
Barney.
they're pink. I don't know. It's not why they escape me. They're just pink.
So essentially, David is just confirming this game does nothing new. Gotcha.
What? No. This game is.
I think, am I going to do it? This is my favorite thing in this game. The blue supersonic glitch. Fucking love it. You keep your rings, aside from the sprite difference, you have no powers. You can still get hit, you can still get crushed, but you look cooler and you got a bitchy music behind it, so I like doing this glitch as much as I can.
I don't think that's a glitch because they made that blue supersonic sprite. Like that's made artwork.
Well, that's
So
just not accessing the supersonic palette. Is all.
Yeah.
I don't know if this game uses those palettes though because it's not a 16-bit game. And they don't have those limitations.
But normally, supersonic transformation is just your average shift from blue to yellow.
Sure, but
So
again, this game wasn't made with those same limitations.
okay, but also this was patched out when that was released.
Yeah.
So I'd call it a glitch. And plus, there are other palette glitches you can perform in the game with debug mode. Well, I wouldn't really call them glitches, just unused features. I'm talking about the unused ink jars in Press Garden Zone, by the way, if y'all want to check that out.
Features.
You know what I love about Supersonic is his like animation of just like standing still. There's so much fluidity to his animation. However, there are still a few frames of Supersonic when he's like holding on to things where they do the 3K thing of just having his like regular spikes, which I'm like, come on guys, you could like as Steven said, it takes like 4 seconds to make a new sprite. Just being lazy.
It's fine, don't
Just
worry
being
about it.
fucking
It's
lazy.
nostalgia.
I never said that, but I never said that.
Only
Steven said it only takes 4 seconds to make a sprite and an hour to make 12,000 zone transitions, and that's why Steven never played past Hydro City because the animation in this game sickened him.
Wait a minute.
Oh heck!
Heck! What the heck?
So why do you think back in the 3K days, why do you think they never made an actual Act 2 for Lava Reef and just did Hidden Palace? So like musically, so musically, Lava Reef Act 2 is just the same music that they use the next zone later in Hidden Palace.
In the game data, Lava Reef or Hidden Palace is just Lava Reef Act 3 or 4 even. So it's still
doesn't answer his question,
It's
but-
considered the same level internally, just different parts.
He was asking about music, though.
I realize that, but Sonic 3 and
Well,
Knuckles.
then-
Sonic
it's not
3
really relevant to
Sonic
the
3 and Knuckles
conversation,
doesn't have
Skylar.
Act 3 and 4 mixes of Angel Island.
Oh, this little planet! Look at it, it's cool. Oh, it's so cool! Look at it! It's hiding out back there. Oh, I'm so
Now,
excited.
Gareth, my question is, do you show off the Knuckles route of this level?
No. Well, just maybe wait until the end of this level. Maybe you'll see something cool.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll hold you to
Shut your
that.
fucking mouth, Scott. They're gonna ruin everything for everyone.
Oh, but man, I just love. It's just like that little touch right there gets me so excited because then it's like here's Angel Island and here's Little Planet, and they do coexist because even though like Sonic CD kind of exists in its own little bubble, and Sonic 4 tried to merge them all together and didn't do it because Sonic 4 is bad at what it does. But I mean,
I hate this boss.
Which reminds me, weren't we going to talk about Angel Island moving, or do we not care?
I just want to say, you know what? I just say quickly about this boss. I hate it. I hate how it's designed out, though. However, I believe it is a very nice reference to Sky Polygon Gym.
Yep.
Which I believe they were a modder from a few years back who unfortunately passed away, and apparently didn't they make the Motorbog like mod of Sonic 1?
Yeah, Jim did. Well, he did a number of projects, but he is best known for Motobug in Sonic 1. He is unfortunately no longer with us, but in this official Sonic game, he is immortalized in a sense because the Motobug's name here is Jimmy, and I thought that was an absolutely wonderful tribute.
it gave me the goosebumps.
Here's your fucking knuckle section, you piece of shit.
Well, heckles Knuckles. I mean,
Knuckles is hands down the best character to play because his version of Mirage in Act 1 is the best, and this boss is way better than Heavy Rider. And also this little moment,
This part is awesome.
That's ripped straight out of Sonic Mega Drive, the comic book by Tyson Hess.
Those crayon drawings are amazing.
I was listening to David's reaction when he got to this level the first time.
oh, I got very excited because
This isn't the music.
oh man, because I love it because the Hidden Palace Zone is one of my favorite moments in all of Sonic the Hedgehog. Even though it's not really a proper level, but just everything that it builds up to, the aesthetic, every little piece in that is so well put together. And the fact that it's brought back here, when as playing as Sonic, you don't see it, you don't know it's coming. Then you're Knuckles, and suddenly, boom, you get this. And I also loved Taxman's explanation for the Grayed Out Super Emeralds, saying that they were just stone relics of the Chaos Emeralds after they disappeared back into their own dimension, which of course helps my theory as to what the Super Emeralds were in the first place. But look, everything about this excites me a lot. And Knuckles is cool.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait a second.
This is
So yeah, that's it. Again, it's a really nice idea, and it's nice that you get to fight Heavy King like on his own. I would have liked to have done that as Sonic.
There's your transition, Steven. You happy?
oh man, I love this music.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird how they give Knuckles a transition for that, but they don't give like one to Sonic and
See,
Tails.
I wonder if maybe like with Sonic and Tails, maybe they were going to do a transition where it's all, hey, look, we're running up the chain to go to the little planet, and that would have required at least 5 more minutes to make the sprite. And, I mean,
well, you know what,
yeah.
David, you know what you're saying that like it's I could see them because like most of the transitional stuff and bosses, it's just taken from other games. I could have easily seen them kind of to do a copy of the transition from Sky Sanctuary to Death Egg, where Sonic runs around that thing. Yeah, like I could see them doing that with the chain to the little planet. And I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm sure David and Skylar will not agree. I'm sure David and Skylar will not agree with me. This is my least favorite level in the entire fucking game. I fucking hate
Same.
Metallic Madness. It's so bad.
That's an interesting concept, though, playing in the background.
Even though you're bad at it.
I'm just thinking it's an interesting concept, though. I think that's kind of cool.
You don't do it a lot in the level, though.
You can do it a lot in the level if you're going the right way.
Steven, the closest I can think of is in the first Metal Sonic fight in Sonic 4 Episode 2. You can bounce between the two tracks, and one of
yeah.
them is. I mean, it's not as visually dynamic as that, but there is like that kind of 2-row thing. But yeah,
It does exist.
it does exist.
It's also Sonic 4, and Sonic 4 is gross, so...
Sonic 4 is the best game ever made, David. You watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, we have Skylar in the chat. Don't
Yeah.
diss Sonic 4.
Why you have to do that
That's
to me,
his
David?
baby. How dare you?
Yeah. No.
So, I mean, so Sky and Dave, how do you think this compares then to the original Metallic Madness?
That's a good question.
It looks better.
I think it plays better too.
I would say this is probably better to play than the original, but I would actually my ranking, my like opinion of Sonic Mania would honestly improve if this level wasn't in the game. Because this level was so tedious to me, I can't stand it.
It doesn't help that it's very similar to the next level right after this, and they're both really long, so it just kind of drags it all out.
I wouldn't say it's visually like the next level.
Not visually, but level design wise, like with the whole like mechanic look,
I mean,
and the whole level, the final level feel.
I mean, I would say that's where the similarities end, because even in map design, they're totally different. The only trait that they share is that one is the final zone of this game, and one was the final zone of another game.
You got hit.
You
He
did.
just like kind of went off the screen. That's interesting. No, but because I wouldn't say level wise, because this act. I mean, well, yeah, because there's the two plane thing going on, and I feel like Titanic Monarch is more. It's a lot more curvy, I think, than this one. Like.
Also, I'm sorry, but why the fuck is this boss here for? Like, why the fuck is there a Sonic 1 boss and a Sonic CD level? This to me really, like, I know, I could just maybe see that they were either running out of time, or admittedly, all of the Sonic CD bosses are fucking shit. So I can maybe see them saying, let's take a boss from a different game, so we don't have to steal one of these shitty CD bosses.
Well, Sonic CD is essentially Sonic 1 with the psychedelic meter cranked up to 11, so I could see it making sense. Were we about to say the same thing?
I think we were, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
the
DNA.
retro hive mind.
I know, right? It's great. And I mean, I
Hive
love
minds think alike.
and I love any reference to Sonic 1 because Sonic 1 is of course the best Sonic, but
Hey, David.
yeah,
Sonic 1.
Sonic 1.
Hey, David. Sonic 1.
Yes, he did. He got through Act 1. And you got 1,000 cool bonus. I also love this music. I love
And
Metallica.
that's where that ends.
That's it. It's over. That bit is done.
The OP just ends there, Sonic 1.
I love that bomb. He opens his mouth and shoots at another. That's so cool. Come on. Oh,
So apparently, because like all the music like T-Lopes isn't reusing any of the original
Oh, he's
assets.
tiny!
Apparently apparently the like evil like demonic rapping type thing is just T-Lopes speaking.
yeah.
That's not a
If
nice
I-
thing to say about the way somebody talks.
If I remember correctly, I think the lyrics for one are from Sonic's point of view, and the lyrics from the other one are from Eggman's point of view. But I cannot remember
This
which
sax
is which.
part is so good.
And I also cannot remember what the lyrics are because you can only understand half of what he's saying. You're tiny!
in Sonic's...
You're tiny,
Oh
super.
my god, tiny Supersonic.
Oh,
Why the fuck doesn't he have the accurate sprite of his spikes being up? 0 out of 10, worst game
He's
ever made.
tiny. There's your spikes.
I have a question about Tiny Sonic. In Sonic CD, because I barely ever remember it, what was the point of Tiny Sonic other than he can fit in smaller holes?
I think that was pretty much it.
Okay, and they didn't decide to improve upon that. They just,
No, which is why this level
Then why include it?
this zone honestly feels the most gimmicky to me. Death.
Good job.
what? How did you die? It shows you where the hole is.
Because I'm a rebel who doesn't play by the
Oh,
rules.
okay.
But my favorite thing about the laser, it comes from actually the Sonic CD adaptation of it, where there's a moment where Sonic is fighting Metal Sonic, and Metal Sonic's about to defeat him, and then a smaller Sonic comes through and like attacks Metal, and Metal like flies away. And like Sonic, like the Sonic we've spent the last 4 issues with is like, who are you? And it's like, I'm you from the future. And Sonic says a line which probably would not get approved in this day and age, but regular Sonic just says, wait, so you're telling me in the future I turn into a midget? I don't know why, I was just gonna like that.
And the tiny Sonic paths.
Go. I was gonna say, you know how much Tiny Sonic is in Archie? None. Yep. Okay, let's go. Go on, Skylar.
That's why STC's best, David.
I was gonna say the tiny paths and the regular size Sonic paths do cross into each other.
That's okay.
That's an interesting fact about this level that I wanted to share with everybody.
In Sonic CD, do you ever have to be Tiny Sonic to say, like, maybe collect some stuff?
In Sonic CD, I think it's just that one small pathway that's like, hey, here you go.
Wow, amazing. What a great game.
But that was Sonic CD. This is not Sonic CD. There's a lot more going on with look at all the little tiny stuff going on. Also,
This boss is great. This boss is pretty good.
Look, it's Sonic, but he's small.
yeah, that's why you can't hit Eggman right now.
Damn it.
Steven just not happy with this.
Why are you not? Come on, look at it, because it's got this neat
We
little.
gotta
It's kind of
see-
like
we gotta
Metropolis
see it.
Zone where you hit the things and stuff pops up.
Amy!
Amy.
Amy Doll is now canon.
And if she grabs you and hugs you, she can explode into laughter and it kills you, just like how love is in real life. Always, wait. I'm sorry. It's a little pessimistic.
That boss was amazing, though, because it shows how much of a narcissist Eggman is. That was amazing.
That's right, because it was the drill boss from Emerald Hill, and I think that was the Marble Zone boss, right, with the little flame bit?
Yeah.
Classic.
Now this bit, I don't remember why I fucking left in this minute of being super again. I think just because I like Blue Supersonic, so I put it back in. I don't fucking remember why I did this.
Job.
Yeah, so anyone have any last minute things to say about Lava Reef?
It's a really pretty level.
Oh, that was the part?
Here we go. So, David,
Yes.
use this time then to talk about Angel Island's movement and why it makes
Oh,
sense.
right. Because Steven was going to say something. He had a...
Oh, sorry, Steven, you said it.
Okay, first time we ever see Angel Island, it's in the ocean. Next time we see Angel Island in Sonic Adventure, it's right next to some mountainous area. Later we learn Angel Island it once wasn't just its own island. It used to be just a piece of the earth before it was cast up into the air. It used to be a piece of land that was right next to Mystic Ruins. And when you go into Mystic Ruins, you can also see a giant fucking hole in the ground where Angel Island used to be. And so, of course, that means that Angel Island moves across the world, and that's it.
Ha-ha!
That means that it moves across the world. So, of course, it actually could get closer to the lake where Little Planet comes by every now and then. So, yeah.
Right, especially if Knuckles calls Angel Island and says, I need an Uber, and it's like, okay.
I'm drunk, fam. Pick me up.
Does look,
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone join us on the next and final part of the Sonic Mania OP. Or don't, we don't care.